How y'all doing? So this is a focus group. You're meant to talk to each other. You're meant to engage each other. You have one thing in common, which is you all voted for Trump. Some of you voted for him for different reasons. Some of you did not like Hillary Clinton. Some of you loved him. Some of you think that he has been much better than what you expected. Some of you think he's disappointed you. That's fine. Did you vote for Trump because of where he stood on the issues or because of his attributes and character traits? I'm just curious.
I voted on the issues.
How many of you voted on the issues? Okay, what were you looking for when you voted for Trump?
Change, I guess.
Did you get the change you were looking for?
Not really.
I did.
You did, clearly.
Jerusalem's the capital of Israel.
What was the change you were looking for when you voted for him?
Just everything to change. Healthcare, everything.
We didn't get health care.
Of course.
Yes. Not because of him, we didn't get health care, because of the Congress. We
He
didn't get.
wanted us to have health care.
So you blame Congress.
Yes, for the health care I do.
How many of you think that if the election were held today, you would vote for him again? Okay, why not?
I'm not one of the cult members who thinks everything he does is wonderful.
Cult?
Cult.
Insults again.
Trump
There's
was
the
right.
insults coming
Can
again.
I say something? Trump is right. He could literally kill somebody on Fifth Avenue. You would still love him.
Hillary's already killed people.
Oh, Hillary's the
did
devil.
kill
I get
people.
it. She's the devil.
You voted for Trump.
I voted for Trump at a protest for Hillary, thinking he was maybe a populist, and boy, was I sold a bill of goods that's just not there.
Well, you think Hillary would have been doing better today at this point?
Hillary
You think
wouldn't
she would have had the
embarrass us in
economy
front
up
of the
where it's
world.
at today?
Hillary was a
You think
horrible
she'd have
candidate.
would she have had the black unemployment down to where it's at today?
What are you talking about?
What am I
As far as
talking
the
about?
stock market,
When Obama was president, black unemployment was up to 50-some%.
I know Obama was the black guy. We all hated him. I get that.
No, I didn't hate him. I didn't hate him. You got to remember one thing. The bottom line is you got to respect the office.
Hold on.
That's
Hold
what you
on.
got to respect.
Hold on. We were, what, 3 minutes into this conversation?
Yeah.
And this just exploded. Every time I raise the issue of Donald Trump, every time, this is what happens. So I have to ask you the question. Is it possible that he is contributing to this tonality?
The media.
Is it possible?
Trump can't let his accomplishments speak for themselves. He's far too thin-skinned, and his nasty tweets and his preening are the things that are making the news.
But you voted for him.
Absolutely.
And are you happy with that vote?
I am still happy with that vote. I just wish he would grow up.
I'm not sure the people who are speaking follow his tweets, because I follow every tweet every day, the minute he tweets them. And most of them are intelligent, enlightening tweets.
I think so.
And some of them are funny.
I mean, he goes off the rails
and
once in a while,
he's
but
brilliant.
I think the
He's a
press
brilliant
goes
man.
off the rails all the
Way
time.
more.
It's his only
Absolutely
It's
brilliant.
his only
And the
communication with the
mainstream
public.
media has no intention of giving him a break. So I think he's the best president we've ever had.
Hold on. The best president we've ever had.
Best president we've ever
In
had.
1 year.
In 1 year.
Illegal immigration.
I don't like the things that are happening with the illegal immigrants. They're taking our jobs. They're bringing ISIS into the country. You've seen this
They're
visa.
bringing ISIS into the country. How many of you believe that illegal immigration is causing ISIS to come into America?
Bringing in destructive elements.
Sneaking in.
But there's no vetting anybody. How do we know who's coming in? It could be anybody or anything.
I have to say that I feel like, there's a lot of scary things about immigration, but I don't want to be the country that is not compassionate to people who want to come and have a better life for their families or that want to escape persecution. And I know there are people that take advantage of us, but I also know that there are people who come here and they work really hard doing crappy jobs. Like working in fields, bussing tables as maids. They're working really hard to try to contribute. I don't want to be the country that doesn't recognize that.
Here's the problem with the immigration thing. Immigration is the one issue that determines the outcome and fate of every other issue in America, because once they become citizens, they vote.
So for you, it's not about justice, it's about politics.
Absolutely. Why do you think the Democrats want open borders? First they pander to the black vote, then the Hispanic vote, then they decide, well, we'll just bring in enough people to wash out the Bible Belt or whatever you call it. Basically, they're trying to wash out our votes.
Change our demographics.
And
You just said change our demographics.
I'm just speaking facts.
Change our demographics. What do you mean?
I mean, replace all the conservatives with more liberal thinking.
That's not demographics.
Or demographics, just like I'm sorry, but they take the black vote for granted, they take the Hispanic vote for granted. So they're assuming that if they bring enough other illegal immigrants in, that eventually are able to vote, that they'll also be Democrat.
I'm a compassionate person.
I'm a
but
compassionate
it's not
person.
my job to subsidize someone that's here illegally.
Try go to China or something illegal, see how long you'd last.
How many of you support the tax legislation? So there's only one of you.
I'm a blue collar worker. This is for, and let me just say this before I get people jump down my throat.
Oh no, they'll do it anyway.
Yeah. This is what I read is for the donor class. This is for rich people, for corporations. How come the tax breaks for regular people, middle class, expire in a few years, but not the corporate tax rate?
Do you get a job from a poor person? You don't. So it's businessmen and big business and corporations that provide jobs. That's where the jobs come from.
And the fact of the matter is that our tax rate is not competitive with other countries, which is why most of our companies are leaving and why we don't make anything in America. But when you make this country competitive again and take away regulation, we might actually bring back our factories and our jobs. If we start bringing back our manufacturing base, look out, we're going to be America again. I don't know what news you're reading, but it's simple economics.
What about Donald Trump's reputation and image on the world stage as the leader of the free world?
Well, Netanyahu loves him. He stands up to foreign leaders. He doesn't bow down to them or
He's in a Twitter war with the Prime Minister of Britain. He's insulting the Chancellor of Germany. Our single greatest ally in the UN is Australia, and he starts his administration in a brawl with him. And you think this is good?
I do think that other countries feel like he is going to do what he says, as opposed to, when the other administration, he apologized for us all the time. I don't want my president apologizing overseas for us.
How about the fact that we just pretty much destroyed ISIS and the caliphate? How about the fact that I think we won, the Syrian thing is over now?
I'm sorry, what, are we on planet Earth or what planet are you on that we won the Syrian thing? What are you talking about?
That's pretty much over.
The Syrian thing is over? On what world? On Fox News? I mean, do you guys watch anything but Fox News?
I'm going to point to each one of you, and you're going to tell me your number one source of news. What do you got?
Fox News.
OAN.
Fox News.
Fox News.
New York Times.
Fox.
BBC.
Fox.
I think that when the media doesn't report what's really happening, they're manipulating the electorate, and then the electorate is not able to vote in their best interests.
If Obama would have said what Trump said, they would have looked the other way. They wouldn't have said anything.
Why do you keep going back to Obama?
Because
He's not the
because he's
president.
got a free pass. Because if Trump did half the stuff that Obama did, he'd be in the electric chair.
He's right.
If we only listened to CNN and MSNBC, Hillary Clinton would be president right now. So I want him to fight. I want him to fight hard. I want him to give us a voice. I love that man. I do.
So how many of you are mad at the Republicans right now? Who here is mad at the Republicans in Congress? So almost all of you. Who?
Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan,
John McCain.
John McCain, all of the ones that want things
The
to stay
man
as they are.
is literally, as we record this, the man is literally dying.
I understand.
And
You feel bad on
Yeah,
him.
I feel
That's a
bad
gross
for him, but that doesn't have
misinterpretation
anything to
that
do with his
just because you're
politics.
Against a politician that
I wish him well.
ill on, that's inappropriate.
It's not a personal thing.
I'm Donald Trump and I stand before you. What do you tell me?
You won. Stop fighting everybody.
He's being attacked and he's fighting back. He's defending himself.
Let's remember that the focus of the last year has been on Russia has invaded, the elections, was colluded with Trump. Do we honestly think he's capable of doing that? No.
You're getting
It's
getting lost in what I just said.
It's ridiculous.
And if that's
You're
all,
the president. You don't need to continue to ram somebody into the ground. Kind of like you're running your points into the ground. Every time if somebody speaks in here, you made your point. Stop shaking your head every time somebody in the back of this room says something. Enough. No, him.
Whenever someone in this room says something negative about Trump, several of you jump down their throat.
I would like to see him be more of a leader, bringing people,
I have to disagree with you there because at least now throughout the world we're being respected. Before, everybody was putting the bill on the U.S. of A.
He's not unifying. He's not unifying.
Well, I mean, just like
Okay, so hold it, hold it,
if you see
hold
the one
it,
scene that
hold
they had
it,
where he pushed himself
hold
to the
it,
front,
hold it.
he's in the front.
For the 8th time. I've never had a focus group that went like this. This is the first time ever. This did not happen before November of 2016. Is this the future of these conversations?
Probably.
Why?
Just look at what happens. I mean, somebody says something and the whole thing blows up.